Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at 18 biblical landmarks that still exist today. The Bible is an amazing book filled with history, culture, values, and lessons for us today. It's important to note though, that while some people believe every word of the Bible to be literally true, others believe it to contain some historical accounts that can be corroborated by secular history. Regardless of your beliefs, there are certain aspects of the Bible that are undeniable. In this video, we will focus on places mentioned in the Bible that still exist today. We'll be looking at locations from both the Old and New Testament and providing some interesting facts about each one. Make sure to watch till the end as some of these places hold secrets that might surprise you. Let's get started. Number 1. The Tower of David. This tower, located in Jerusalem, was built around 3328 BC by King David. Originally called the Citadel, it played an important role in ancient Jerusalem's defense. In the time of Nehemiah, it was rebuilt and became known as the Tower of David. It is mentioned several times in the Bible, including in 2 Chronicles 20, verse 14, which says, "My God, you have given the city of David, my father, a strong tower." Today, visitors can explore the tower and its museum, which houses artifacts from ancient Jerusalem. Number 2. The City of David. Located in the heart of Jerusalem, the City of David is believed to be the place where King David first settled and made Jerusalem his capital. Excavations have uncovered archaeological treasures like the Hezekiah's Tunnel, which brought water into the city. This tunnel is mentioned in 2 Kings 20, verse 20. It also played a significant role in ancient Jewish life. In Isaiah 20 verses 1 to 4, the prophet Isaiah warns that the inhabitants of the city of David will not rejoice or be glad because of what he calls the two evils coming upon them, the loss of daughter Zion and the cessation of the milk of their cows. Other discoveries include the remains of palaces, temples, and everyday objects, providing insight into daily life in ancient Jerusalem. 3. Gethsemain. This is the garden where Jesus went to pray before his crucifixion. It is mentioned in the New Testament, specifically in Matthew 26, verses 36 to 46, where it describes how Jesus went to the garden with his disciples and prayed fervently. There are different opinions about the location of Gethsemain, but many believe it is near the Church of All Nations in Jerusalem. The garden holds great significance in Christian history and is a popular site for pilgrims and tourists alike. Number 4. Caiaphas' house. This house was the residence of Caiaphas, the high priest who presided over the Sanhedrin, the Jewish council during the time of Jesus. In Matthew 26, verse 59, it states, "Now the chief priests and the whole council were seeking testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but found none." In Mark 14, verse 63, when standing trial before the Sanhedrin, Jesus was asked by Caiaphas, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed One?" To which Jesus replied, "I am." But he said no more to him. Here is another interesting fact. Caiaphas actually prophesied about Jesus' death and resurrection when he said, "It is expedient that one man die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not." John 11, verse 50. The exact location of Caiaphas' house is unknown, but excavations in Jerusalem's old city have uncovered several ancient homes from that period. Number 5. Pools of Bethesda. This was a famous pool in Jerusalem where Jesus healed a man who had been ill for 38 years. It is mentioned in John 5, 2-4. In those days there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now in Jerusalem, by the gate called Beautiful, there is a pool, which in Hebrew is called Bethesda, having 5 porches. In this, a great multitude of sick people lay, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time into the pool and stirred up the water. Whoever then first after the disturbance got into the pool was made well of whatever disease he had. The pools of Bethesda still exist today, although they are in a ruined state and not easily accessible. Number 6. The Mount of Olives. This mountain is prominently mentioned in the New Testament as the place where Jesus ascended to heaven. It is also believed that he will return to earth through the Mount of Olives. In Luke 19, verse 28, it states, "When these things begin to happen, look up, for your redemption is drawing near." In Zechariah 14, verse 4, it says, "And his feet shall stand on the Mount of Olives." The Mount of Olives offers stunning views of Jerusalem and the surrounding area and is an important site for Christians around the world. Number 7. Garden Tomb. Located just outside the old city of Jerusalem, the Garden Tomb is a popular site among Christians. Although not mentioned in the Bible, It has become a tradition for many to believe that this tomb was where Jesus was buried. This belief is supported by some early church historians, such as the 4th century Bishop of Jerusalem, who wrote that Jesus was crucified under Pontius Pilate and buried in a garden in the place called Golgotha. However, there is no archaeological evidence to support this claim, and many scholars believe that Jesus was most likely buried in a tomb belonging to one of his disciples, such as Joseph of Arimathea. Number 8. The Western Wall Tunnels. These tunnels were created in the 20th century to allow easier access to the Western Wall. However, they also provide an opportunity to learn about ancient Jerusalem. During construction, workers uncovered artifacts and structures from different periods, including parts of the Second Temple mentioned in the Bible. Visitors can explore these tunnels and see firsthand the history of this sacred site. Number 9. Herodium. This was the fortress built by Herod the Great, mentioned in Matthew 2, verse 1, as the place where he kept his soldiers and where he ordered the massacre of the innocents. Herod Antipas, son of Herod the Great, also constructed a palace here. It was discovered by archaeologist John Crow in 1961, and excavations continue today. The ruins are impressive and provide insights into the lives of those living under Roman rule. Number 10. Masada. Masada was a fortress built by King Herod near the Dead Sea. It is famous for the story of the Jewish rebels who fought against the Romans in the 1st century AD. After a long siege, the rebels chose to commit suicide rather than surrender. Masada is an important symbol of Jewish resistance and freedom. It is mentioned in the Mishnah, a collection of Jewish laws and traditions compiled in the 2nd to 3rd centuries AD. Josephus Flavius, a Jewish historian, also wrote extensively about the siege of Masada. Number 11. Tel Dan. Located in northern Israel, Tel Dan is an ancient site that was once an important city. It was destroyed in 730 BC by the Assyrians, as mentioned in the Book of Kings. A few decades later, it was repopulated and became known as Damascus. It is mentioned in the Bible as the place where Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, camped near Elisha the prophet. Several archaeological finds have been made at Tel Dan, including an inscription that may mention the house of David. Number 12. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This church in Jerusalem is believed to be built on the site where Jesus was crucified and buried. It is one of the most sacred sites in Christianity and is visited by millions of pilgrims every year. According to tradition, the church was built over the garden tomb where Jesus was laid to rest. However, the exact location of Jesus' crucifixion and burial is not known. Number 13. The Red Sea. According to the book of Exodus, the Israelites crossed the Red Sea on dry land after being pursued by the Egyptian army. When the Egyptians were overtaken by the waters, only the Israelites were saved. This event is considered one of the 10 plagues of Egypt and is a central part of the story of Exodus. While the exact location of the crossing is not known, it is generally believed to have occurred in the Gulf of Suez. Number 14. Mount Sinai. According to Exodus, this is the mountain where Moses received the 10 Commandments from God. It is considered one of the holiest sites in Judaism and is a place of pilgrimage for Jews around the world. The exact location of Mount Sinai is not known, but it is believed to be in the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt. Number 15. The Wilderness of Sin. In the book of Numbers, the Israelites complained about their food, and the Lord sent venomous snakes among them. Those who were bitten could be healed by looking at a bronze snake lifted up on a pole. This event is referred to as the bronze serpent and is an important story in the Old Testament. The exact location of the Wilderness of Sin is not known, but it is believed to be somewhere in the Arabian desert. Number 16. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. According to Genesis, these were 2 cities destroyed by God because of their wickedness. Only Lot and his daughter survived the destruction. The exact location of Sodom and Gomorrah is not known, but it is believed to be somewhere in the Dead Sea region of Jordan. Number 17. Haran. According to Genesis, Haran was the home of Terah, the father of Abraham, and the place where Abraham grew up. It was also the place where Abraham's wife, Sarah, died. The exact location of Haran is not known, but it is believed to be somewhere in modern-day Turkey. Number 18. Ur of the Chaldees. According to Genesis, this was the home of Abraham before he migrated to Canaan. Ur of the Chaldees is believed to be the same as the ancient Mesopotamian city of Uruk. The exact location of Ur of the Chaldees is known, but it is believed to be somewhere in modern-day Iraq. These are just a few of the many places mentioned in the Bible that still exist today. Visiting these sites can be a powerful experience for people of all faiths and backgrounds. If you enjoyed this video, Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you next time.